right, man. Real quick, man. So let's take a look at this, man. Let's not waste no time. Check out the real one-on-one playlist. So the founder of the Me Too movement, Tarana Burke, clears up the phrase "believe all women." Right. So let's not waste no time. Let's get into what she had to say. Let's go.
I'm going to ask you to culturally translate something and tell us what it means, because it's become a flashpoint phrase, slogan, whatever, that I think a lot of people either misunderstand or willfully misconstrue. When I say the term "believe all women,"
nah. I'm so glad you asked that, because that, first of all, that phrase does not come from me or the Me Too movement.
Okay.
I do not subscribe to the phrase "believe all women." That has been ascribed to me. I've never said it. I say believe survivors. As a Black woman, I would never, in America, I would never say believe all women. Ever. It's ridiculous. What we were saying in the beginning is believe survivors. The reason why we say believe survivors, and what that means is start from the premise that survivors are telling the truth. Because for years, when survivors came forward, we were not believed. And if you start with the premise that survivors are telling the truth, that means that you will investigate thoroughly, right? And you will give them the space that you give a person that you believe, right? That means that you will say, okay, if I believe you, then I'm going to take you seriously. I'm going to go through all the proper channels to make sure you get the resources that you need, that you get the investigation you need. We didn't get that. If you don't believe me, you're going to dismiss me. You're going to try to undermine my story. You're going to try to bury me, right? All of those things. That's what you do for a person you don't believe. So when people say believe survivors, it doesn't even mean diminish the other person and demonize the other person. It means take me seriously. Believe me and take me seriously. That's what survivors are looking for when they say believe me. Now, believe all women is ridiculous. As a Black woman in America, believing all women means that I believe Emmett Till's white lady, right? I believe all these white women that try to undermine Black men. I would never, ever say believe all women. It's racist. It's so fraught with it's so problematic. So you can't find me saying that anywhere, ever, in the history of me being a public figure.
All right.
Late something.
My thing is this. Why now? Why wait till now? You know, and what's so funny, she waited until the Me Too movement powered down. Why now? Why did you wait so long? You know what I'm saying? Why did you wait so long? In my opinion, why did you wait so long to put the fire out? You know, you waited until the power went out. You waited until the Me Too movement tried to fizzle out. And what's so funny is a lot of them, you know, didn't even really talk about the basis of how many people like Amber Heard was lying. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the looks of the women that be starting these movements. It's never a good looking woman. It's never a bad bitch that had these issues. And I feel her believe all survivors. Well, I can't believe all survivors. They be lying. They be fucking lying too. Well, the lady with Jay-Z. You can't believe all survivors neither. And I used to wonder, you hear these stories about the mama beating the daughter when it came to the boyfriend, you know, and them having relations. And I'm like, damn, you know, why is she, you know, mad at the daughter? But come to find out, in a lot of those situations, the daughter was coming on to the boyfriend. Not saying that the boyfriend shouldn't have restraint. Men should have restraint. I say this all the time on the Patreon. Hit the link in the link tree where say find everywhere. Patreon link in the description. Men should have restraint. That is a fact. If you can't turn down no punani, man, you ain't no man, in my opinion. If you can't say no to some booty, then you ain't no man. And that's just my opinion, right? So that's what I'll be kind of looking at or whatever. Why my questions is why wait so long to put this fire out? You waited till the movement died out. Amber Heard helped kill the movement with Johnny Depp. That shit with Jay-Z, where they was lying. A lot of things helped kill the Me Too more. It was a lot of lying, and we all know the first couple things, that ingredients that's in the average American woman is they greed for money, how hypersexual they are, and lying. They're known for lying. Emmett Till lying. How many? That black town in Georgia, I seen a TikTok on where they talked about. How they, talking about, one of the black boys did something to a girl, so they burned down the town. You know what I'm saying? So the women have been lying throughout the course of this this country. We've seen women sit here and lie about needing money for a light bill. Talking about light bill $300, and they take the money and they get their fucking nails done. Or they do something else with their money. We seen women look and dudes, I'm not cheating. And they're cheating. Women lie. To them, it's not lying. It's justified. Even when they're wrong, it's justified. They justify, you cheated on Brad and he divorced you. Other women won't be like, for the majority, you were wrong for cheating on Brad. No. Brad should have did more, or Brad should have spent more time. He shouldn't have spent 80 hours a week to help with your Chanel habit, and you don't want to work and do this. They will justify it. They lie to themselves to make they seem all right. The most logical women that you find had a huge a masculine influence in their lives. They have a huge masculine influence in their lives. So my question to her is, what took so long? You waited for the movement to die down to speak some logic. Sad, ain't it? She waited for the movement to die down to speak some logic. Now she's right. She's right in the way she broke that down. Because if it's believe all women, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay. Go, okay. You believe in white women, the whole nine. So, but, nonetheless, we've been through this. And the movement is the movement. The movement was full of shit. Especially to my 20, 30, 40 years ago. No, thank you. But then, I just seen her on the Kendra G show where a guy said he had an issue with that. And she dismissed it like it was nothing. Like, that don't happen to men. We don't care if it happened to men. So when men started coming out here saying, their issues and how D-Ray talked about what happened to him. His mother's friends did to him. We hear that story about all them female teachers last year that was doing things, and even into this year that was doing things to young male students and female students. But the male students, it was swept under the rug. They were getting slaps on the wrist. They wasn't going to jail. They was going to jail for minimum time. Come on. When we talk about what men go through on that side of it, it's swept under the rug. Even in the Antoine Fisher movie, which was on YouTube Movies for free, I watch that movie every time I feel like I want to give up. I get to that point of depression. I turn that movie on. That brother kept going. I got to read the book. Remember, my mother took me to see that movie. That movie still motivates me to this day when I'm down and I feel like I got another way. I watched that movie. That man went through a lot. If he can go through that and still succeed, why can't I, right? They never really talked about in that movie how he really got taken advantage of. So my thing, if your Me Too movement is really a positive movement and it's supposed to be equal, why don't y'all highlight the things that happen to young men? Oh, because they men. Like I said, it's always a troll face bitch that star in these movies. It's never good looking women. The women that complain online about not having a man and man, it's never anything, never any good women that's complaining like that. There's never any good women, good in looks. Usually they're not extremely beautiful. If they are, they have makeup face. Or if they are beautiful, they're extremely ugly people on the inside. It's never like a bitch. You like, oh my God. Well, I don't understand why you hear her talk for the first 2 or 3 minutes. You be like, yeah, you see what's wrong with her. So that's just my issue with it. So when I read this, I know I think Mike sent this to me and I had some time to cover it. So, let me know what y'all think. But glad that she came scot-free with that. But obviously, it's always at the tail end of the movement when the movement has died down. But she didn't have to. She did. Glad she clarified that. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link tree. Find me on the Patreon, X, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Peace.